Welcome to my second video I've made. The first one was corn tortillas, and that was like 5 years ago and 50 pounds ago. Anyway, I still have my wonderful Mexican breakfast every Sunday and still maintain this, so just have to be careful. Anyway, I'm going to show you how I make my beans. Okay, I just want to show you what ingredients I use. I use just good old pinto beans, a ham hock. I like this stuff. I get it at Trader Joe's. Hopefully they still have it. It's this smoke flavor stuff, South African smoke. This is your minced garlic. Now this, I can't tell you what's in it or I'd have to kill you. It's my own blend. I call it my Mexican aura. It's got some, I'll give you a hint, some cumin, some chili, some garlic powder, bacon, salt, because you just can't go wrong with bacon. I use a couple bay leaves, tahini. This is the best stuff ever. And a little bit of barbecue sauce. And what I do is I make a big batch, and then I separate it, cook it overnight, separate it into smaller batches, and then I have about a month's worth of beans. Something happens when you freeze the beans. The flavors get really good. So now, let's start. So here I've got my dry pinto beans. I get them in bulk. It's cheaper that way. So I'm just going to pour a whole bunch, fill this thing about halfway. Or about a third, I should say. So, it's a third of the way full of beans, as you'll see there. And then, I take water, and just fill it up to the top. This is going to cook overnight. You might have to add water at some point. I just have to keep an eye on it. And a little bit more. So keep in mind, you have to do this ahead of time. Some people, they soak the beans. I don't. I just go for it because if they're cooking for about 20 hours, it's not going to matter. They're going to be nice and tender tomorrow morning. Okay, so there's the water. And I like garlic. This is the kind that you get in the bottle. I cheated. Sorry. So I put liberal amounts of garlic in there. Really gives it a good flavor, and it's going to make your house smell fantastic all night long. And a couple of bay leaves, throw those in there. And recently I started doing this with a ham hock. Ham hocks, you get them in your grocery store, they're real cheap. In fact, this came in a package of 2, so one's in the freezer and I labeled it ham hock. You just drop that right in there. And I usually use liquid smoke, but I'm out. But that ham hock indicated that it's already smoked, so that'll provide the flavor. But I'm going to put this stuff in there. This is from Trader Joe's. I don't know if they have it anymore, because they tend to discontinue things I really like. I'm just going to put some of this in here. And this is my Mexican aura. It's my own special blend of garlic, cumin, ground cumin, and chili. And a couple other little ingredients, and lots of love, of course. Put that in there. And then the last batch I made, I put in a dab of barbecue sauce, and it made it so good. Now this is extra hot barbecue sauce because we like heat around here. So I'm just going to put a little bit because you don't want to overpower it. So maybe, you know, a couple tablespoons worth. And then, you know, you can't go wrong with bacon. I eat bacon only once a week now, but I found this bacon salt over at Cost Plus Imports, or is it Cost Plus Import? Yeah, bacon salt. So we have to use that, just a little bit, because I don't like to use salt in my cooking. That's stuck. I hate that. We had a humid summer, and all my spices are sticking. Well, when in doubt. And this is my favorite discovery this year. It's called tahini. And what it is, it's a blend of spicy and lime as granulated. This is a low sodium version of it. So add that in there too. And now, I put it on auto shift, which is medium. And I will let this cook all night. And about 6 hours from now, I'll check it to make sure that, you know, the beans haven't absorbed all the water, because that does happen. But the house is going to smell unreal within about 3 hours. Okay, see you tomorrow morning when we do the rest of it. Well, I said I'd see you tomorrow morning, but it's about 4 hours later, and look what we've got. See, the bay leaves are all up to the top like that. So, let's take a look at the beans. So see, they're still pretty hard shelled, but not for much longer. See you later. Okay, now it's 6 hours. I turned it up to high because I realized that you could turn it up to high if you're going to be home with it all day. Just turn it down to medium when you go to bed. But yeah, you see that going on there. Yeah. The aroma is really going to start hitting pretty soon. Alright, here it is the next morning. Look at that. Skin on there. Look at those beans. Oops. Look at those beans right there. Alright. Alright. It's the next morning. Beans are done. And one of the components to the beans, this is the really unhealthy part, but I only do this once a week, okay? Bacon. So I'm going to cook some bacon, and you'll see how that ties in a little bit later. I'll be back. Alright, we've got our beans all cooked, ready to go here. So I'm going to fill out today's batch in this bowl right here. That's about enough. We've got some pork in there. And the rest, I'm going to put in these little containers, put them in the freezer. Okay, we are ready to blend our beans. Now there's a hunk of the ham hank. I want to make sure that there's no, or ham hock. I want to make sure there's no bones in there because it'll mess up my blender. Now I have some finely cut onions, really minced, in my Pampered Chef chopper. No, I don't work for them, but I should. So I'm just going to blend them real nice in here so it's smooth. Ah, it smells so good. I smell the garlic, the bay leaf. When you wake up Sunday morning around here, it smells like heaven. Alright, so it's nice and pureed there.
Here. Put it in front of the camera.
So those are ready to go. Okay, now it's time to refry the beans, and nothing beats a cast iron skillet to do this. Now I mentioned the bacon component. This is the bacon component, the bacon fat. Yeah, it's the unhealthy part, but you know what? It's good. It's Sunday. And you know what? I've gotten rid of 52 pounds as of this date, and I still eat this on Sundays. So hey, give yourself a little break. Turn that on. And we just add the beans right there. And I know that I seasoned the beans while they were in the pot, but I always add more. My aura. You've got to add the tahini. It's the law. Give it a little stir.